We said it. This is an underdog pick, and it's because Paul Craig is always dangerous when he gets you in his guard. The problem is Volkan Oezdemir he's so impressive, man. And the reason why is because you could tell that he's a veteran. And the reason you could tell he's a veteran is because he did the one thing that he didn't do the one thing that everybody does to fall into the trap of Paul Craig, and that is I'm gonna beat you up, and then when I'm beating you up, you're gonna drop into your guard, and I'm gonna follow you into your guard to try to beat you up some more. Every time Paul Craig got back to the guard, what did Volkan Oezdemir do? Just backed away. Yeah, he just backed away and just said, "Hey, stand up." And Paul Craig, after 15 unsuccessful takedown attempts of halfway trying to do a takedown, then pulling guard, which I understand why. Now, the commentary team was like, bro, if you're Paul Craig, you need to be actually driving through your takedown. Why don't you get on top and then try to work your game? But instead, he would try to grab him, pull him into his guard, pull up a triangle, armbar, whatever, heel hook, which kind of came close to against Oezdemir in like that first or second round, but yeah, Oezdemir was smart, man. He just disengaged, told him to stand up, and just kind of beat him on a points battle, man. 108 total strikes to 41, stuffed all 15 takedown attempts, if you want to consider that. But why are we not seeing this from more fighters now? Because it seems like this is a very clear game plan. Just like disengage, just don't engage in the grappling.
What I was thinking is Oezdemir, why he won this fight is because he actually used his mind. He fought with his mind. He was like, oh, yeah. You're saying the dude who goes in there and dislocates people's elbows, doesn't actually shoot a takedown, jumps into guard, and then people follow him in there because it looks appealing to just drop bombs on people. Oh, no, I'm going to make this dude stand up? Yeah, okay. It's so on the nose that almost nobody thinks about it. And I think that's why Volkan Oezdemir shined on this one, man. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to learn from everyone else's mistakes. Word. Yeah, it's I don't know why most people don't do that. It's kind of the adrenaline thing, when you're pumping, things are going, you see red, all you want to do is just smash elbows on somebody. Well, you get your arm snapped off with Paul Craig, and Volkan Oezdemir used his brain. It was like, oh, yeah, no. Come on, bro. Let's stand up.
And don't get me wrong, it's not as simple as just stand up and walk away. It's not that simple, right? You have to be able to correctly move your knees and your legs and get off the knee line and, not put yourself in a position where Paul Craig can just dismember one of your joints, Like you gotta put yourself in a smart position. But Oezdemir veered decision, man. I don't think anybody on the planet thought that this was even in the realm of possibility. It was either Oezdemir knocks him out or Craig submits him. And we get a decision. So I know nobody's really happy with that at the end of the day. But plus 315, decision prop for Oezdemir. If you bet on that, you are a smart man, smarter than me. But I think the reason why, AJ, we picked Paul Craig to win is because Anthony Smith and let me see who else, Kelly Amundsen. He had lost a couple submission losses. You know what I mean? More or less near. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, man. Recently, I guess, right? I think that's why. Yeah, you get knocked out by Yuri. You lose a decision to Ankalaev. You split decision to Reyes. You get submitted by Anthony Smith. TKO'd by Daniel Cormier. I don't know, man. No time has been a title contender and a just legitimate top 15 contender for, quite a long time, man. So it's not like Paul Craig was expected to come here and just destroy this man. He was the betting underdog after all. I just thought that there was a shot in there for Paul Craig, but it didn't end up working out. Still very high on Paul Craig. I still think that you do need to be careful, but I do think that we see what happens when the grappling doesn't work. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all because you could tell he got tired after a while, man. So what do you make of this? This is my question because this is kind of the young Kutalaba thing. That it's all cool when you're the Hulk and when you're, bossing up on your people and you're screaming in their face and you got the Scottish war paint on and that's all cool. But when you lose after, what do you make of it?
Yeah, that's the one, man. That has to be a big ego hit because you're right. You go in, you're screaming, you're doing all the stuff that, you have to either hype yourself up or you think looks good to the camera. And then, you go and have a boring and a snoozer fight and people are judging you harshly the entire time of the way that you think you're going to fight the best. It's, I'd imagine it's a big hit to the ego. But I think with Paul Craig, he's still so dangerous at what he does. I think the ego is still going to be there. He I don't even really know, obviously get a little better at the hands, do the stuff, but that's not really the problem. I don't think necessarily is the X's and O's. It was just for this time, Oezdemir used his brain and said, I'm not jumping down into your guard, homie. Sorry. Not everyone's going to do that. And not everyone, like you said, not everyone's going to put themselves in a place where they can do that against a guy like Paul Craig because he snatches one of those limbs. It's basically his.
And it's tough, man, because it's like this, when it works, nobody complains. But when it doesn't work, everyone's like, why is Paul Craig taking this Hail Mary submission approach? And it's like, but when it works, you don't say anything. So it's like, it's just part of it. Just didn't work out this time. You know what I mean? But big win by Volkan Oezdemir, smart win by Volkan Oezdemir. And I'm just very impressed, man, with the tactician mindset of an Oezdemir right there. So